Hey there and welcome back to another video from Monster Hunter World from me. Just before I start, if you would be really appreciative if you could leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I'd appreciate that very much. So, this video is how to kill the Anjanath. So, I actually had a lot of problems with taking on this Anjanath at one point. Like, I Twitch streamed this and I was trying to take on this Anjanath at one point, and I just couldn't do it for about an hour and something like an hour and 30 minutes. Like, I'd exhaust the feints for the mission and it just was bad. So but I didn't record this. I took quite a bit of time to do a bit of more like research and quest stuff and investigations, just to kind of build myself up a bit better, because I think I wasn't ready at the time. I think I just rushed into it a bit much. And I just need to kind of like research the Anjanath a bit more. So I upgraded myself a touch, not much, but I just decided to play a bit smarter, and I didn't stream it, but then I've just back recorded it. I decided I was going to create this video. So here's the main thing. So Anjanath attacks a bit weird, but you've seen probably many of the same type of attacks on other monsters. It just encompasses it more. So it's got like two different type of a jaw attack. So it's got a swinging jaw attack like this, like it just did a moment ago, and it has this jaw charge attack where it will literally put its jaws to the ground and literally just charge straight at you like a rhino. Try and avoid both, or if it's a swinging jaw attack, try and get in front of it and try and get a shot on that jaw straight off. Its two tail attacks is a whip around tail attack, and one which is a straight down hammer to the ground if you're behind him attack. Try and avoid both. Neither are good. Both will put you on your ass. Not good. Now, and I was just about to bring on to my other attack on the back end. It's got a back heel kick like it just tried to do then. It's kind of annoying. It can push you away, push you down sometimes. So be wary of that when you're on the back. What I found this time I did well was I actually tried to get under the Anjanath a little bit more. Try and get underneath its feet but stay on the front side of it and just attack upwards. I think I did it somewhat well. But one of its aggressive stages on the Anjanath is when it gets its crown on the head like it has now, but when its wings spout up behind it on the back side of it. Be very wary when it comes to this point, because this is when it is ready to start powering up a fire attack. Do not get in front of this fire attack. It will kill you. It will obliterate you. It's just really bad, and you need to get it put out. So be very wary of it. When it's got its crown on its head, it's pretty much when it's ready to charge like a rhino, and it's giving itself a bit more protection on top of its head. That's the main things. So, the weak points on the Anjanath from the actual Monster Hunter guide textbook is, because it can breathe fire, it can produce fire, it actually has this little special organ in its neck to produce the fire. However, this is also its weak point. So attacking the neck is especially good. It is the weak point of it. So get on that. Its belly up onto the neck is also somewhat weak, and you can get some good shots on that. Moreover, obviously onto the head when it doesn't have the crown is good shots. Like I quite a few times on here when it's done it reach around jaw shot onto me. I've been able to get a strike on it. It's dealt a lot of damage. But also when it tires itself out, it usually tires itself out after quite a few attacks, like its fire attack and whatnot. It tires itself out and it's literally static for ages. So just take a couple of shots onto the neck. But apart from that, don't always focus on the neck. You want to be able to try and wear it down other ways, get it limping so it's a lot less mobile. So take the time to also attack the legs like I'm doing right then. And if you are using the katana, do a lot of uppercutting attacks. It's probably the best for it. So yeah, it's getting angry again. It's somewhat being able to maybe produce fire in a moment. Nah, the wings have gone back in. So yeah, weak points, the neck, head, But also when you've got to a point where you've broken its legs a bit more, it starts becoming weaker then. It's trying to feed now to heal itself up. And like I said, avoid the fire at all costs. This took me quite a while to do in the end. Boom! That's a good shot there. It's when it's low like this, when it's too busy and it's not attacking you, that's when you need to get them shots onto the neck. But other times, try and get underneath it, slightly behind it, attack the tail, attack the legs, injure it. Because the Anjanath body parts are actually very good for materials for upgrading, from what I found after I did this challenge. The best thing about doing this challenge is also the fact that the next quest is a very good one. Cinematically and just storyline mode, it is brilliant. Yeah, so there it is, that draw charge that I was talking about earlier. Just tried that again. And before it runs into you like a lot of the monsters do. You tried it again, but make sure you hit them evades or you just get your angles right on your approach. See, it's limping now. It's not liking that at all, and fast forwarding it here just because obviously it's going to run off again. It's going to try and heal or whatnot. And if these guys ever go down, like any monsters, when they decide they're going to go for a snooze because they're that injured, make sure you go around and go to the head and put a shot on, because the first shot will deal more damage, like twice as much damage as usual. I didn't get a sweet spot on that point there. But yeah, when it's in moments like this where it's trapped, head shots, neck shots, try and smash it down. But the problem is, with this monster and like quite a few others, once you've got it really angry, it starts being very volatile, very aggressive, going into its best attacks. Ooh, that's a good dodge there. And when it gets to that point, like now, it's starting ready to. I think it's this point where it's ready to start powering up its fire attack. Try and also put it off its fire attacks by if you see it charging, because you'll see the orange coming through the neck. Try and hit the neck at that point, like, because that will interrupt it somewhat. You may not be able to put it off completely, but it's going to do a good job. Flying traps and the little Jagras there being annoying as ever. This is where like properly going to work on its legs. I wish you could separate one of the legs. That might be funny as hell. I wish I could have done a bit more job on the tail. Oh, that was me escaping there. That was an alright job for escaping, somewhat. But yeah, I'm on fire here. I found at this moment I was just starting to get a bit panicky because I knew it was on its last legs and it becomes a bit more aggressive and it wants to use its fire a lot. What I didn't realise here is actually the most effective way to put out the fire is doing the jump and rolls. Jump and rolls, jump and rolls. I found that out in the quest later on. I've got set on fire quite a few times. Jump and rolls. I thought I almost fooled this one up and I was about to faint here because I was running about trying to wiggle myself about, but the fire wasn't going out. It just wasn't doing it at this point. I don't know why, and I should have done the jump and roll evade moves to try and get rid of it. But I tired myself out here, which is another good point. Make sure that I didn't actually go into this battle that as prepared. I should have had a meal. I should have boosted my stamina and everything. It went out right at the good moment. I don't know if like burning embers could have actually put me down. I don't know if that's part of the game where it would actually make me faint. But thankfully it didn't at that point. So remember, hit the neck, hit the head when you can. Draw a line, that's good. When it gets aggressive like this, try and avoid it somewhat. Let it use its fire attack a lot and try and evade it. Try and get behind it again. Oh, that's reminded me. It's actually got a leap attack as well. Do this right there, bang. It's also got this leap attack, which is quite annoying at times because actually it can glitch through trees somewhat. Here is where I thought I was going to die. Because paralyzed, somewhat paralyzed. No, no, no. Give it a wiggle. And I was like, no, I'm getting out of it. Jump down. Jump down, heal. Mega potion in me. I was like, nah, get out of that. Not good. So thankfully at this point I was in a good terrain to be able to escape it somewhat. Kind of heal myself up, get a bit more stamina. So that's what you need to do. Try and approach it in the best possible places and times. Get behind it, a couple of shots on. Could do with my blade actually being sharpened there, but kind of had enough. That back kick that I mentioned earlier. Hit that little T-Rex. Usually jaw shot's quite good. Got back shot again. Make sure that your kitty helps you out there. That was an alright jaw shot, but I'm not dealing as much damage as I'd like because my blade isn't sharp enough at this point. And the little yells that it does. See, your shots start deflecting once your blade has got to a certain point where the sharpness isn't good. Yeah, that turnaround tail shot, like I mentioned earlier. This one's starting to get very, very angry. I needed to heal, and hopefully I use the whetstone at this point. Yep, that tail banging moment, like a sledgehammer, like I mentioned, jump attack. So all little bits to watch out for if you're ever struggling. Oh, the charge rhino shot. And charge up its fire attack. And hit it. Nailed it. There we go. Killed it. But remember, obviously, once you get past this point, try and lop off its tail because obviously you get better materials and stuff from that as well. But thank you very much for watching, and if you did like this, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel and support this channel as much as you can. There will be more videos out and on Twitch as well and on here. But thank you very much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much.